Hello my scholars, this is the fourth of a series of clips to tackle the 2019 JAMB past question for mathematics. So in this clip, I'll be solving questions 31 to 40. So let's move on to question 31. If P varies inversely as the square root of Q, where P equals 3 and Q equals 16, find the value of Q when P equals 4. So if you do like to see where I'm sourcing these questions from, they are freely available on the Myschool website. I have provided a link in the description below where you can access them. So let's jump right back into the solution for question 31. Remember, this is a question on the topic variation, and this is an indirect variation. So now let's apply the values. So we said if P varies inversely as the square root of Q, this is a sign for variation, inversely as the square root of Q. That means mathematically we can have P equals K over square root of Q. So we are supplied with the value of P and the value of Q. So from the question we say where P equals 3 and Q equals 16. So we would have 3 equals K over square root of 16. What do? We cross multiply. So we have 3 multiplied by square root of 16 equals K. And that implies 3 multiplied by square root of 16 is 4 equals constant K. That means K equals 12. So given the value of K as 12, we now ask to find the value of Q when P equals 4. When P equals 4, so recall our mathematical equation, K over square root of Q. So when we cross multiply, we have P root Q equals K. We are asked to find Q. So what we would have is dividing both sides by the coefficient of root Q, which is P. Hence we have root Q equals K over P, where K is 12 and P is 4. 3 divides 1, that equals 3. Hence we move up, which is square root of Q equals 3. So recall the question requires us to find Q, not the square root of Q. So what do? We square both sides to eliminate the square roots attached to Q. So the square cancels out the square roots. So we have Q equals 3 raised to power 2, that is 3 times 3, and that equals 9. So we see that when P is 4, Q equals 9. So which of our options matches with our answer? Option C. Now to question 32. Tadi bought 200 mangoes at 4 for 2 naira 50 kobo. 30 out of the mangoes got points, and the remaining were sold at 2 for 2 naira 40 kobo. Find the percentage profit or loss. We just have to employ very simple steps to provide solution to this question. So at first, from the question, we are given the data that 200 mangoes sold for 4 at the price of 2 naira 50 kobo. So by the time we do simple divisions, so that means the price or the cost price of 200 mangoes equals 125 naira. So the question further states that 30 out of the 200 mangoes got spoiled. So that means we will have just 170 mangoes left. And of these 170 mangoes, 2 were sold at 2 naira 40 kobo. So 2 in 17, that is 8, remaining 1. 2 in 10, that is 5. 85 multiplies 2 naira 40 kobo. That means we'll have 204 naira. So the cost price of 200 mangoes, CP, is 125 naira. Since 30 got spoiled out of the 200, that means he sold the 170 for 204 naira. So we can see that the selling price is greater than the cost price. So that means we are going to have a profit. So profit equals the selling price minus the cost price, which is 204 minus 125. That equals 79 naira. So though 13 out of the 200 mangoes got spoiled, Tade still made a profit of 79 naira. So we are required to find the percentage profits. So percentage profits will be the profit over the cost price times 100. So and our profit has the value of 79 naira over the cost price 125 naira, which we provided here, times 100. So our answer will give us 63.2%. So this is our percentage profit. So let's go through our options. Option C. Question 33. The simple interest on 8,550 naira for 3 years at X% per annum is 4,890 naira. Calculate the value of X to the nearest whole number. As we practice along with these questions, it is very important for you to test yourself. So we have some couple of tools we have provided through the Myschool Team, where you can practice simulated JAMB CBT past questions. So we have these tools as JAMB CBT Practice mobile app or JAMB CBT Practice software that you can install on your laptops. So I've provided a link in the description where you can get these tools for yourself. So let's go back to the solution to question number 33. So remember, this is a question on simple interest. And simple interest, I equals principal times rate times time over 100. So now let's sort out the value of each of the items represented here. So we have simple interest at 4,890 naira. And the principal at 8,550 naira. The rate at X%. And the time, 3 years. So now let's slot in these values and profile the solution. So we'll have I equals PRT over 100. That means we are required to find R, so we make R the subject of the formula. The first thing we do is we cross multiply. So what we have will be 100i equals principal times rate times time. So since we are asked to sort out for rates, we divide both sides by the coefficient of r, which is pt. So what we would have is 100, r will be equals to 100i, which is simple interest, over principal times time. So let's put in the values. So we'd have 100 times our principal, which is 8,550 naira, while our simple interest is 4,890 naira, and our time t is 3 years. So we have 100 times I, simple interest, which is given at 4,890 naira, over our principal, 8,550 naira, times our time, which is 3. So 100 multiplies 4,890, r will be equals to 4,89000 over 8,550 times 3. We have 25650. So when we divide this, we would have 19.06 with some other value. So recall we are required to bring our answer to the nearest whole number. So rates would be 19%. So let's go through our options and see. Option A. So this is question number 34. Simplify. It's 1 raised to the power of minus 3 over 4 times 25 raised to power half times 243 raised to power 2 over 5. So this is a question on indices. So join me as we provide the step-by-step solution to this question. So 81 raised to the power of minus 3 over 4 multiplied by 25 raised to power half multiplied by 243 raised to the power of 2 over 5. So this is super cool to solve. So this minus implies 1 over. So we have 1 over 81 raised to the power of 3 over 4 times 25 raised to power half means the square root of 25 times 243 raised to the power of 2 over 5, where 5 forms the root and 2 forms the power. So we have this, the fifth root of 243 raised to the power of 2. So would have 1 over, the 4 forms the roots and the 3 forms to the power. So we have the fourth root of 81 raised to the power of 3 times square root of 25 times the fifth root of 243, which is 3. Because 3 multiplies 3, that's 9. Multiplies 3, that's 27. Multiplies 3, which is the fourth one, that's 81. Multiplies 3, that gives you 243. So the fifth root of 243 is 3 raised to the power of 2. Very easy. Let's proceed. So we have 1 over, the fourth root of 81 is 3. How do I know that? 3 times 3, that's 9. Times 3, that's 27. Times 3, that's 81. So the fourth root of 81 is 3. Raised to the power of 3 times square root of 25 is 5, because 5 times 5 equals 25, times 3 raised to power 2, that is 3 times 3, and that's 9. So we would have 1 over 3 raised to power 3, that is 27. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, that's 27. Times 5 over 1 times 9 over 1. 9 divides 27, we have 3. So, for the numerator, we have 1 times 5, which is 5, times 1, that's 5, over 3 times 1, that's 3, times 1, still 3. Alright, so let's pop onto our options and see what we have. 5 over 3, option D. Number 35. Find the value of 0.5436 raised to the power of 3 over 0.017 times 0.219 to 3 significant figures. So now let's produce the question on the board. 0.5436 raised to the power of 3 over 0.017 times 0.219. So for the numerator, when I have 3 raised to the power 3, that is 3 times 3 times 3, that's 27. If I have 10 raised to the power 3, that is 10 times 10 times 10, that is 1000. So this means 0.4536 multiplies itself 3 times, and that gives me the value of 0.160634 over, when we multiply the values in the denominator, we have 0.017 times 0.219, and that gives us 0.003723. And when this divides itself, remember our question requires us to produce our answer to 3 significant figures. So we would have 43.1. So let's go through our options. Option B. Number 36. If S equals 40 plus 3, close brackets, open the next bracket, t minus 2, find the S dt when t equals 5 seconds. So now, let's provide the solution. But I believe you have been following me step by step as we provide the explanation to each of the questions in the series of clips we've done so far. Perhaps you still have more questions, or you need explanation on any of the questions we've solved so far. I guarantee you that there are thousands of solution providers on our Myschool website where your questions and issues will be attended to within minutes. I've also provided the link in the description where you can ask your math question right now. So now let's continue. So S equals 40 plus 3. The next bracket, t minus 2. Given t to be 5 seconds, so at first we expand our brackets, which is very easy. 40 times t, that's 40 squared. 40 times minus 2, that's minus 8t. Plus 3 times t, that's plus 3t. Plus 3 times minus 2, that's minus 6. To break it down further, we have 40 squared minus 8t plus 3t. That gives us minus 5t minus 6. So remember, this is differentiation. So what we would have, recall from the rule of differentiation, where x raised to the power n means nx n minus 1. So for 40 squared, our n is 2. So we would have 2 multiplies 4t 2 minus 1. Here, our n is 1. So I have minus 1 into bracket 5t, 1 minus 1. Then this becomes 0. 2 minus 1, that is 1. So t raised to power 1, that's still t. So we have 2 into bracket 4t minus 1 minus 1, that is 0. So t raised to power 0, that gives us 1. So 1 times 5, that's 5. So if we open up our brackets, we have 2 times 4t, that makes 8t, minus 1 times 5, minus 5. So recall that we are given the value of t as 5. So we have 8 into bracket 5 minus 5. So that means 8 times 5, 40, minus 5, that equals 35. So going back to our question, we're asked to find the here's the t when t equals 5 seconds. So let's go through our options. Option B, 35 units per second. So our solution providers on the Myschool website, I believe you may have better steps for us in solving any of these questions so far. Please indicate the question and the solutions, including the steps we can use to improve the approaches we'll be taking so far. So kindly put those things in the comment section below. 37. The angles of a polygon are given by 2x, 5x, x, and 4x respectively. The value of x is, so what we are required to do is to sum up these angles and equate them to 360 degrees. So now let's bring up the values we are given from the question. So we have 2x, we add it up, 5x, we add it up, x, then 4x. Remember, these are angles in degrees, and they are equal to 360 degrees. So now let's sum them up. 2x plus 5x, that's 7x, plus x, 8x, plus 4x, that's 12x. So 12x equals 360. Divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 12. If you want to do it simply, 4 in 12, 3. 4 in 360, that is 90. 3 here, 1. 3 in 90, that is 30. So x equals 30 degrees. So let's drive through our options. Option B. Question 38. The weight of a day-old chick was measured to be 0.21 grams if the actual weight of the chick is 0.18 grams. What was the percentage error in the measurement? So at first, we just have to find the difference that produced the error. So the chick was measured to be 0.21 grams, while its actual weight is 0.18 grams. So 21 minus 18 to make it easier for us, that's 3. So that's 0.03 grams. So this is the error in measurement. So to find the percentage error in measurement, so that would be the given error, 0.03, over the actual weight of the chick, which is 0.18, multiplied by 100 over 1. So when this divides this is 1, gives us 6. 100 divided by 6, because 100 times 1, we have 100 over 6 times 1, we have 6. So 100 divides 6. Our answer should be given in percentage. So if we approximate, we have 16.7%. So can we go through our options together? Option D. This is question number 39. Evaluate 6 over 0.32 divided by 2 over 0.084. You close your brackets, raised to the power of -1. Correct to 1 decimal place. So now let's have the question on the board. We open our bracket, 6 over 0.32 divided by 2 over 0.084 raised to the power of -1. So we would have 6 over 0.32 times 0.084 over 2 raised to the power of -1. So we can do simple operations. So we would have 3 multiplies for the numerator. 3 multiplies 0.084 over 0.32 times 1. We have 0.32 raised to the power of -1. So we can simplify this. So we would have 3 times 0.084 divided by 0.32 all raised to the power of -1. So this still implies 3 times 84 over 1000, 3 over 1. This is 32 over 100. But since it's divide and it's going to change to times, so it's going to be 100 over 32 times 100 over 32 raised to the power -1. So now let's work. So we have 4 here, we have 8, we have 4 here, we have 21. We have 100 here 1, 100 here 10. So what we would have left is 3 times 21, that's 61, times 1, that's the 61, over 8 times 10, that is 80, times 1, that's the 80, raised to the power of -1. So this means 1 divided by 61 over 80, and which still means 1 times 80 over 61. So 1 times 80 over 61. 1 times 80, that is 80. 61 times 1, that is 61. And we're required to give our answer to 1 decimal place. So our answer would be 1.3. Now we'll go through our options. Option A. So this is question 40. If 2 raised to the power of x plus y equals 16 and 4 raised to the power of x minus 1 equals 1 over 32, find the values of x and y. So this is very, very easy to solve. Just follow me as I take you through the solutions step by step. So we have 2 raised to the power of x plus y equals 16. So the best we can do is to bring both sides to the same basis. So this is in base 2. We bring this to base 2. So this is 2 raised to the power of x plus y equals 2 raised to the power of 4. Because 2 raised to the power of 4 is 16. How do I know that? 2 times 2, that's 4, times 2, 8, times 2, that's 16. So 2 raised to the power of 4 is 16. So the bases are struck out. So we have the equation x plus y equals 4 as equation 1. Okay? The second equation we have to derive, 4 raised to the power of x minus 1 equals 1 over 32. 4 raised to the power of x minus y equals 1 over 32. So, where this implies 4 raised to the power x minus y equals 32 raised to the power of minus 1. So just like we did to the first, in deriving our equation, we bring both sides to the same base. So to bring 4 to the same base as 32, we'll have 2 raised to the power of 2 into brackets x minus y equals 2 raised to the power of 5 into brackets minus 1. Because 2 times 2, that's 4, times 2, 8, times 2, 16, times 2, 32. So the base are struck out. So we have 2 into brackets x minus y equals 5 into brackets minus 1. So if we expand the brackets, we have 2 times x, we have 2x. 2 times minus y, we have minus 2y equals 5 times minus 1, we have minus 5. So we would have 2x minus 2y equals minus 5. So this forms equation 2. So let's put them together. X plus y equals 4. 2x minus 2y, you can take it from here or from here, equals minus 5. Equation 1, then 2. So we can do this by elimination method or substitution method, being a simultaneous equation. So we're going to do this. The coefficient of x, which is 2, multiplies equation 1. The coefficient of x, which is 1, multiplies equation 2. So what we would have is 2 times x, that's 2x plus 2 times y, that's 2y, equals 2 times 4, that gives us 8, which forms equation 3. 1 times 2x, we have 2x, minus 1 times 2y, we have 2y, equals 1 times minus 5, we have minus 5. So if we introduce the negative sign, okay, at first, before we do that, let's reproduce the question again more neatly. So we have 2x plus 2y equals 8. We have 2x minus 2y equals minus 5. So we can decide to do our simple sum or minus operation. 2 plus 2, we have 4x, plus 2y minus 2y, that's gone, so we have just 0. So we have 4x equals 8 minus 5, that's 3. So we'd have 4x equals 3. Divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 4. So that means x equals 3 over 4. So going back to equation 1, we replace x with the value of 3 over 4. So equation 1, x plus y equals 4. So we have 3 over 4 plus y equals 4. So we simply move 3 over 4 to the other side. It gets a negative sign. So we'd have y equals 4 minus 3 over 4. We'll find the LCM of the right-hand side. So 1, we have 4 times 4, that's 16. Minus 4 in 4, that's 1, times 3, that's 3. So we have y equals 16 minus 3, that's 13 over 4. So for this, we have x equals 3 over 4 and y equals 13 over 4. So let's jump right onto our options and see which of them give this. Giving x equals 3 over 4 and y equals 13 over 4. Option B. So that is it for this segment. But there is more. I have also provided a link to all other video clips that provide solution to the 2019 JAMB mathematics question in the description below. So if you do enjoy this content and you'd like me to bring you more, please hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on bell notification to get informed when we release the next videos.